a little something like
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So I just saw the Denise's Wildstorm video on how SSO used us, quote unquote. I'm not saying they did, I'm not saying they didn't. It's his opinion on if they did or didn't. I don't know if they did or did not use us, but I'm just gonna be neutral here. But I looked through some of the comments and I got the idea to see what people think about all this that's going on. Okay, anyways, to see what people think like about what's going on and how this. So I looked through the comments and I got some of your comments. This is all anonymous. I am not in any way gonna let these people's usernames out for multiple reasons, including privacy. And so you guys don't go attack them. I'm not saying you will, but I'm just saying that other people, so they don't go attack these people for their comment or something else. Anyways, on with the video. We are going to read the first comment here. I don't know how many I'm actually going to have. Once again, these are all anonymous, and these are from Denise's Wildstorm videos, because I want to see what you guys think about how we haven't gotten some of the updates that we were promised. So the first one is, the only problem is the CEO of Star Stable. So it's not that they don't care. The team itself is super nice, motivated, and knows that they have to change something. But they are not in the position to decide that. They have to do what they are told to do, sadly. So this comment seems that they're saying like the CEO is the problem of all this, and that the Star Stable team has to do what they're told. And I completely agree with this, as though the CEO is the owner, not the owner, but CEO is like one of the head of the companies, so they have more of a say in what happens. They have more of a say in what happens as to what goes on within the game. But whilst the SSO people that work there, they don't really have a choice on what they have to do. They just have to do what they're told. The next one is, thank you so much for making this, Denise Wildstorm. I've felt alone and kind of being against SSO, but still playing since all my friends either play and have no concern or hate and don't play. Concern or hate and don't play. SSO isn't the concern though. I believe it's the CEO, since the team is super nice and motivated and friendly, etc. Once again, this person is also saying that it's partly the CEO's decision on what goes on with the game. If the SSO team is working on either the racing system or the new characters, they should talk about it. No pictures needed, just anything. It would get so much money when people see an improved game. Yes, I also agree with this one. As more people see a new and improved game, they're going to have higher expectations for the game, which might stress out the SSO company a little bit, because people might have higher expectations once they update the characters. But once again, I honestly don't know, but it might create more revenue for people it might make people a bit more interested if you update our characters. Now, SSO has said that they will look like the new Alex or the new Star Riders. And now, I don't know how I feel about that. While I know, and though I know what it might look like, I don't exactly know how I feel about it, because I do for some reason like the characters we have now, but improving the characters, I'm just worried that something might go wrong. And I know that last year, I don't know if it was in one of my videos or not, but I think it was, I told my mom that I was scared for the character update, because we had just released the Frisian horses, and I had a big dislike for them, so I was afraid that, oh, what if the SSO characters, they look really bad? And obviously there's a different team, well, I don't know if there's a different team, but there's probably a different team for making characters and horses, because different people have different talents, while as they might look like the new characters, I just don't know how I feel about them with how they might look or how they might work or how they might move around. Anyways, on to the next comment. What upset me the most is the fact that Valentine's Day, April Fool's, and the Easter events weren't even celebrated in the game. They said that they made those decisions based on the lack of time they would have for big future updates that would be released in late 2021. I'd be so mad at them if they won't keep their promise. Now, I don't know if I'd be mad at them. I'm just kind of sitting here waiting it out. Now, if it takes more than, because this is like after January of 2021, after January when it becomes 2022, I do feel that people will be kind of mad about how some of these updates weren't released and when they were promised. And Denise Wystrom did say in his video that SSO had replied to somebody on either Facebook or Instagram, I forgot what it was, that apparently they don't know now, that you said that they would be released in 2021, but yet now you don't know. I mean, companies do indeed end up having problems with stuff going on, and I completely understand that. They might have problems with developing a new character or something like that. I completely understand that some updates might be late, and I know that it does take time to fit the characters into new tack, clothes, and make sure they fit on the horses correctly. Now, while I do understand that, after 3 years of working, having, hey Siri, what's 365 times 3? 1,095 days to get a character up and running. That, in my opinion, is more than enough time to get something done. Now, I understand if like you're having problems figuring out how to get the people to fix and be able to like be on the horse. I completely understand that, but by having like by 2022, 3 years of when you could have updated these characters after promising and you still haven't done it. Now, while we also haven't had the racing system update, which Denise Wystrom covers in his video, that we were promised this update. Now, I understand, like, once again, that if you're having problems getting the update. Now, while I understand that you might have some trouble getting some updates out, it shouldn't take you this long to figure out how to fix something, especially with the character updates. It shouldn't take you that long. Now, I understand that it might take some time, but not that long. So, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just because I don't know if... Why isn't my spacebar working? Oh, God. Anyways, I've honestly just stopped playing Star Stable. I used to really love it, but then it got to the point where there was nothing to do but buy new horses. I don't even remember what the main story of Star Stable is anymore. There's just side quests which don't mean anything and barely give you any XP. I've been playing for 5 years and I feel like there's been nothing new created for the game besides new horses. Now, there's been a lot of horses recently released in the past couple years, not years, but last couple year or two, that there's been so many released. Now, the main story of Star Stable, it's kind of gotten off track. We haven't had any questions. Anyways, the main story of Star Stable we haven't had updated in like, I don't even remember how long, like 2 years, which is kind of disappointing because I've really been liking the story. Now, somebody else says something about the Epona quest where we've saved Herman from Epona, but we haven't had anything since then. They're just kind of sitting in Veildale. So that too. Now, yeah, there really isn't nothing to do besides train. Maybe if you have some quests, reputation, buy new horses. Those are the only 4 things that you can do, which is kind of disappointing considering that I really do like Star Stable, and I really do enjoy playing the game. But my friend, she has said that she has $40 worth of money that she's going to be using to buy 4,000 worth of star coins when the double star coins comes back out. Now, as her quote unquote retirement fund, she said that she's only going to log on for club events and club practices, and that's about it. She's not going to log on to train or do anything. She's only going to use it for stable care and other things. She's not going to log on to train, reputation, or anything, and that just shows how boring the game gets. And yes, she's a little bit older, but that just shows how boring the game is getting for older players. Next one. While I agree with all your points, I feel like if somebody is truly dissatisfied with the current state of the game, then they should stop supporting it, because continuing to buy star coins, even if it's not regularly, and horses, only helps perpetuate the problem. No disrespect intended, I just feel like the only way to truly take a stand and affect a change is to stop supporting the game financially, because we know that SSO only cares about the bottom line, and honestly, even if they did update our characters, that wouldn't be enough motivation for me to start playing again, because doing the same content over and over with different looking pixels doesn't suddenly make it fun. Yeah, well, I understand that. If they did update the characters, it would be, I think Denise has also said this, that I think that some old players would possibly come back to the game, just to see, like, what's going on, or, like, the new update with the characters. So while I believe that maybe they would come back on for that, I don't think they would stay on. I think that eventually they might get bored again with it, and they wouldn't do anything. And now, SSO, when they've been coming out with updates, it's been getting laggy. So if the character comes update and it gets laggy, then, and it just stays laggy for some people, I might not want to play anymore. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like I said, that most people would still buy star coins no matter if we did a strike or not, because even one bit of buying star coins, that doesn't do, even if you had only one person buying star coins, let's say every month or so, people will always come back into the game by lifetime, because there's people always joining the game, and I don't think that will ever really trickle out. While I do think that won't trickle out at some point, I do think that the game will trickle to an end. But I'm not saying that people still won't buy star coins. People are always going to be buying star coins, or buying Lifetime, or buying Star Rider. They're always going to be buying stuff. So there's not really a way to end people buying things, because there's so many people on this platform, like, especially like in other continents. There's so many people on this gaming platform that there's no way you could get everybody to stop. And that's my point here, is that there's no way you could get everybody to stop buying star coins. Next one. Honestly, Star Stable would benefit so much if they updated the characters. New players would see it and be like, wow, those are some nice designs. Making more people join the game, making more money, which is what they want most. And I bet a lot of older players would get back into the game, at least for a while, and that's great too. Everyone would win, but I guess they prefer to keep making money fast with horses every month and lose their players' trust. Now, this person has a mini essay written. It's not like essay, but this person has a mini essay written. They have a rebuttal, a counterclaim, and stuff like that. So they would probably benefit a lot. They would get more players by people thinking that the designs are cool. And older players, like I said, would maybe come back because they think the characters look cool, and they might come back for a little bit of time. Now, they might not come back forever, but they might come back for at least a little bit of time. And like they said that SSO probably prefers to get money fast every month. While not everybody will like all the horses that come out, there's going to be that one person that buys a ton of star coins, or that buys like a ton of star coins. I just repeated what I said. There's always going to be that one person that buys like tons, like star coins, and there's always going to be people that are going to buy star coins. There's always going to be people that are going to be buying memberships. And next one, I love SSO, but I'm getting really mad at the company. I've only been playing for a year, and whenever my best friend can't get on, I get bored, because I don't have that many quests left to do, and it's mostly reputation. I love role playing with my bestie, though. Sometimes something the needs to realize, though, is that the employees, at least some of them, actually care about us. It's mostly the higher-ups and people that make all the decisions. Although I do honestly think that they're trying to get the characters updated, it's just not as hard as they want us to think. And that is how I was trying to word my thing earlier, is that it's not as hard as they want us to think, making us think that, oh, well, this is really hard, it's going to take us a while. And while that might be true, it might take them a while, they're making it seem harder than it actually is to do. And that's the thing that gets me, is because it's not as hard as they make it seem. So, yes, that's it. I really agree with you 100%. I do feel neglected. I've played as a lifetime Star Rider since November of 2014, and I really enjoyed it at first. It was exciting, but now it feels like an never-ending cycle of buying new horses, training them, and doing some type of events from time to time. It's getting monotone and boring. However, I do like my avatar, but I like how you said we've been expecting a new update of our avatars this year. I have been waiting for a new quest line with rescuing Elizabeth Sunbeam, helping Maya improve the abandoned farm, and more. I understand they have prolonged in order to allow more players to grow and level up, but this is ridiculous. Yeah, it is ridiculous that we have been waiting for some updates on some quests, and they're making us think that, oh, well, this is really hard to do, when really it's not gonna be that hard to release new quests. Yeah. 2 years is enough time to finish doing something, and you still haven't finished it. And now coming up on 3, it's honestly ridiculous. Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of the video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!